Okay, guys, here we are. I'm going to give you a little bit of the notes I saw when I was watching the Dallas versus Philadelphia game, Week 17 of the NFL. This game was a bit of it was not that important because Dallas had already clinched the division. So, of course, with the score being 27-13, a lot of people were confused, but Dallas really didn't play a lot of play their starters a long time and really just had a conservative game plan and got through the game. Really wanted to see guys work hard. Here's some of the things I saw. Well, first of all, you got to start out. Ezekiel Elliott and Sean Lee did not play in this game. They wanted to preserve those guys, keep them healthy. Dak Prescott only played 2 series. They put Tony Romo in for a series, who looked fantastic, by the way, and Mark Sanchez in, and he had a rough go of it, but for the most part, I think he made some good decisions out there. So let's get into some of the things I saw. Now, on the first drive of Philadelphia's first or second drive, Zach Ertz, man, I didn't know he was. I mean, I hear them talking about him, but you know how they talk about tight ends and they'll have good years and whatnot. You don't think about it too much. But he really ate up Byron Jones. And I haven't seen Byron Jones get beat so consistently by a guy um, in a while, or at least really since he's come in the league. But Zach Ertz really got him. And he killed him on that first drive until that to the end zone play. And really, only reason that Byron Jones was able to make a play on this ball because Wentz waited a little bit. If he had thrown it early, he probably would have still got the touchdown. So, Zach Ertz, man. Now, run defense was abysmal for the first quarter. It was pathetic. Philadelphia Darren Sproles at the age of 33 was just slicing through our defense 5, 6, 7, 8 yard gains consistently, and they moved the ball down the field. I think the absence of Sean Lee was noticeable as he's always flying around making tackles, and we can see why he's so integral to our defense now. And I knew that beforehand, of course. The only play that we really stood out on run defense was a Randy Gregory play of all people. Came off the line so fast, got past Jason Peters and the tight end, and smacked the running back in the backfield before the goal line. So that was a really good play. But other than that, run defense was horrible in the first quarter. Dak Prescott played a little bit. He hit Terrence Williams in stride on the play early. It was in the first quarter. And so he's really working on his accuracy. He really hit that play well. And Terrence Williams was able to keep going and get some yards. So good job for Dak there. Then, unfortunately, about the 35-second mark of the first quarter, he was too late on the read and too high on the throw to Cole Beasley. So he has to work on his accuracy still. I know that's suspected. He's a rookie coming out of that system. He has a lot of one-on-one matchups. The ball doesn't have to be perfect. So he's used to just being able to get the ball to the receiver rather than the quality of the ball, which is something that he's working on. I've seen him improve, but he's going to have to get better. Also, it's important to know that the backup left tackle Cleary, number 63 for Dallas, he held up really well in the place of Tyron Smith, so that's good to know. Builds his confidence just in case Tyron Smith has to be out a little bit longer. Our blitzes overall today, Marinelli, when he called them up, they were actually pretty good. An example of that was the 14-minute, 12-second mark of the third quarter. Anthony Hitchens and Gatch Carr were both sent on the blitz, and we got the wins and got the sack. So good plays, good blitz calling, and they're really effective in how they call those blitzes. Gatch Carr, he really made some nice runs in the run game today because we use backup linebackers today to really get some reps, and it really showed how much they trust Marinelli, how they like to fly around, and how much they bought into this defense. He made a lot of good plays in the run game. An example of this is the 14-minute, 7-second mark of the second quarter. He really got in there and stuffed that run. Uh, Wentz had plenty of time to throw, and no rush from the Dallas D line all game. And example of that was 13-minute, 25-second mark of the first quarter. And then again, he had no rush. But, and this is going to be a consistent theme throughout this video, listen to how many times I say the secondary played great despite no pass rush. So here's an example. 13-minute, 21-second mark of what was this? Yeah, the first quarter. Secondary played, no. This is the second quarter. 13-minute, 21-second mark of the second quarter. Secondary was fantastic. Wentz had nowhere to go with the ball. Even though he had all day to throw, he had nowhere to go with the ball. And then they brought in Tony Romo in the next series. And I'll have to say this, it's okay to like Tony Romo and Dak Prescott. A lot of people keep making this like dichotomy and like splitting it up and this whole hate thing going on. But I, for one, am glad that we have both of these guys, one of the best quarterbacks, probably the best quarterback situation in the NFL. Also, New England doing a pretty good job there. Romo's first pass was rusty. He showed off he still had the arm strength, but his mechanics were a little off right there when he was kind of sliding back. and he threw the ball down the field, and it was too far inside on a deep pass to Terrence Williams. Terrence Williams probably could have got to the ball a little bit, but he really has to fight for it on those deep passes so they can be intercepted. So that was a rusty throw. But after that, man, it was beautiful. Um, so on the next pass, absolutely amazing, beautiful pass, patient in the pocket by Tony Romo. It was an accurate throw on a dig route to Terrence Williams, and he just really, you saw the ball pop out of his hand and hit Terrence Williams right where he needed to be in stride, and that's, yeah, that's vintage Tony Romo right there. That's the place that we're expecting to get out of him. I believe this team, oh man, it'll be so prolific with him at quarterback, and I'm glad that we have him as a backup at least for this season. We'll know who knows what'll happen when the season ends. The next pass, it showed Tony Romo's veteran prowess. He checked down to Darren McFadden well in time for him to turn up the field and get a first down. So a lot of quarterbacks, a lot of young quarterbacks in particular, when they hit their check down, it's usually after they waited a long time and it allows the defenders to get up to the field and stop their check down from getting to the first down. Tony Romo hit McFadden with a good amount of time to get up the field. At the 10-minute, 20-second mark of the second quarter, it was another rusty throw from Romo. It was a fade route that he was throwing. I think it was to Terrence Williams here. But it was a bit inside as well, but not as far inside as that first pass. But good news is that it caused the pass interference, and we were able to get another play. And then, on the next play, the best pass I've seen, and the best fade route Dallas has thrown all season, because Dak Prescott's, one of his weaknesses throwing is the fade route. And he's going to have to take some notes from Tony Romo on this play. Because if you go look at the 10-minute, 13-second mark, look at that touchdown that Tony Romo threw. The fade route was thrown perfectly. T. Will released to the outside and got separation from his DB. Romo put it high and toward the left corner of the end zone. Terrence Williams got a little small jump, got the ball, touchdown. Dak can learn from that. Like I said, his fade routes are a little bit too far inside. Dez Bryant has to fight back to the inside to get him. That's not the way you're supposed to throw a fade. So, glad that he has Romo behind him who can teach him those things and who can talk with him about that. And it was good to see Tony Romo and Dak Prescott kind of playing around and having fun together after that touchdown pass. And so we sat Tony Romo after that. That's all we needed to see. Shake off that rust a little bit. We put Sanchez in. And, man, it's funny. I'm not going to give him that much flack. A lot of people gave him a lot of flack. Too much, I would say, because honestly, the interceptions weren't all his fault. And I'll talk about that in a little bit. But I also like to know that the defense stiffened up against the run after that Romo touchdown pass. The backups like they were finally starting to get into their own, get into a rhythm, and really stop the Philadelphia run game after that. He made overall good decisions, talking about Sanchez here, but he had the 2 picks. The first interception, that honestly was nowhere near his fault. He was trying to hit the screen pass, and Jordan Hicks, who is an unbelievably athletic linebacker, he got lucky, tipped the ball with his hand. The ball popped into the air, and then he caught the ball again for an interception. Okay, you can't stop that. That was just an excellent play by Jordan Hicks. The second interception, it was a little bit his fault because he waited too long to hit. Was he trying to go for Witten or Escobar on this play? But he waited too long to throw the ball to him. And the ball was still accurate, I would say, actually. The ball was heading out in front of the tight end. But guess who it was again? Jordan Hicks, this unbelievably athletic linebacker, caught up to the play, stretched out his arms, and caught the interception. Now, if Sanchez had threw it a little bit earlier, it would probably just been incomplete or maybe even a catch. But you can't blame him for the athletic ability of the linebacker. Now, the 7-minute, 32-second mark of the second quarter, Sanchez hit Lance Dunbar on a little out route. It was a bit high, but it was still accurate enough for Dunbar to turn up the field. So that was encouraging to see. The 6-minute, 52nd mark of the second quarter, Sanchez threw an okay ball on a rollout. He rolled out to the right, and he threw a ball that only Bryce Butler can get. So that was really good, but it did hang in the air a little bit. So it was encouraging to see the good decision, but you want to see a little bit more pop on that ball. The 6-minute, 47-second mark of the second quarter, Cowboys secondary ate up the Philadelphia receivers. Wentz had nowhere to go. They were just absolutely covering up the receivers, and the Philadelphia receivers couldn't get open. 5-minute, 59-second mark, another example of the secondary. Brandon Carr, who's been having a great year, just not a lot of interceptions. That's why you haven't been hearing his name, which is an injustice to him. Played excellent man-to-man coverage on this play, right on the receiver, and Wentz had to throw it far out to the sideline. 5-minute, 45-second mark. This is why Escobar is not on the field that much. This is why we don't have him in that much. Look at this play. 5-minute, 45-second mark. This man was on the line, supposed to be blocking for the run. and the defender ran right by him. He thought he was going to block him, and the defender ran right by him. It was too easy. Didn't even have to put a move on him, really. And that's why he doesn't see the field that much. Chris Jones had a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful punt. He was trying to emulate Marquette King out there today. Put this ball at the 1 or 2 yard line. Beautiful punt. So he followed up that Detroit game with that magnificent hit on the return today with the beautiful punt. 4-minute 5-second mark. David Irving making an appearance, showing off his talent again for the flash. On the goal line, he shed the block. Didn't get to the running back though, but it really shed the block really easily. 2-minute 42-second mark of the second quarter. Damian Wilson from last year's draft class. So we drafted a few linebackers, and they're starting to show up now. He read a screen pass really well. The secondary played so well at this point in the game that Philadelphia had to start running the ball more, even though they were getting stuffed, and throwing short passes. They called a lot of short throws. That's how they were moving the ball up the field a little bit. They got a lot of short passes that they were able to take advantage of because we were playing soft. The 28-second mark of the second quarter, Randy Gregory, this was pathetic. He was trying to rush the passer, and he ended up rushing into Malik Collins. He rushed and tried to spin move and hit Malik Collins, and it was no rush at all. And yeah, I was just like, that's pathetic, Gregory. At the 0-minute 23-second mark of the second quarter, the secondary again showed up. Wentz had nowhere to throw, but because of the lack of pass rush, he was able to scramble for a first down. He wasn't effective, so he was able to run right out of the pocket and get a first down. So we got to work on that pass rush. 9 seconds left in the half. Byron Jones got worked again by Zach Ertz. Zach Ertz beat him on the inside and got the touchdown. Got to work on that. 11-minute 22-second mark of the third quarter. Sanchez, oh man, probably his best throw of the night, of the day, I guess, because it was early. Beasley had beat 2 DBs deep, and Sanchez threw the ball over their head beautifully, a dime right into Beasley's hands, even though he double clutched the ball. So he grabbed the ball twice, thinking the decision over, and still threw it perfectly. So that right there is one of those shows that shows you why he was a first-round draft pick. This guy's had the talent. It's just that he ran into some issues. And he showed that talent in his first 2 years where he took the Jets to 2 straight AFC Championship games. They had a really good team around him, and he responded well to that. I mean, he had a pretty good chemistry with Beasley throughout the game anyway. So that was interesting to see the Sanchez to Beasley. Beasley does good for quarterbacks. The 10-minute 50-second mark of the third quarter showed he showed good judgment, Mark Sanchez, on a conservative deep route to T. Will. It was incomplete, but if he had to try to throw it in there, it probably would have been picked off. So it was a good decision by him to kind of throw it out there a little bit further. 9-minute 12-second mark of the third quarter. Anthony Brown, the rookie quarterback who's been showing out this year, he broke on the ball like a veteran. He just kind of laid out. He saw the pass coming, laid out for it, and tried to get the interception. Great play by him. The 7-minute 42-second mark of the third quarter. The secondary again. Wentz had nowhere to throw the ball, and he just had to run toward the sideline and throw it out. Secondary is playing great, even without a pass rush. So imagine if we had a pass rush. 5 minutes in the third quarter. No pass rush killing us, and it led to Wentz having all day and throwing a touchdown. No pass rush. 50 seconds left in the third quarter. Another flash of David Irving. He blew by the right tackle so easily and forced Wentz to step up. Wentz was still able to get the ball off, though, but it was a great example of David Irving's talent. 20 seconds left in the third quarter. Another linebacker that we drafted from last year's class. I can't say his name right. Mark Nischekua, whatever. However you say his name. Hard hit. He's number 53. If you go look at that play, 20 seconds left in the third quarter, hit the Philadelphia running back Marshall so hard. I was scared for the guy. Good hit. Finally, last note, 8 minutes, 40 seconds left in the fourth quarter. 2 back-to-back plays. It was on the plays before this point. At the 8-minute, 40-second mark was the second play, and the other play was right before this. 2 back-to-back plays. Wentz had 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball. No pass rush. But the secondary again, he had nowhere to throw the ball. Nowhere at all. And it's just absolutely amazing to see how well Rod Marinelli has these guys playing, how much his defensive staff is really getting these guys to get together. And it was just good to see. We'll see how this works out in the playoffs. But those are my notes for Week 17, Dallas versus Philadelphia. Thanks for paying attention. See you next time.